Azoth. It's a fancy currency throughout New World that you'll be using pretty often for fast traveling and crafting. If you're like me, you're never gonna have over like 300 Azoth. In this video, I'm gonna teach you how you can be frugal with your Azoth and farm as much as possible. Let's go. Oh hey, this video is brought to you by our membership program. Click that little join button, have a look at the options that we have available to you, as well as the legit benefits that you get for the system. Now let's get into the video. So we're going to start off with what is Azoth. And Azoth is a currency in New World that is primarily used for fast traveling, though you will use it for crafting in some scenarios as well if you're trying to add perks to your gear without actually having the specific crafting mod that you need. You can view how much you've got at any time in the right corner of your inventory. It will tell you exactly how much you have. Now, how do you get Azoth specifically? The most obvious answer to this is by questing and the quest rewards. Check your journal at any time to see which quests will actually give you Azoth as the rewards. The main quests and the side quests predominantly are the ones you want to look for. Faction quests and the town projects won't actually give you Azoth as rewards for completing them. You can also get Azoth by the Azoth extraction perk on your tools. You will get a chance to gain 1 Azoth when you are gathering if you do have this perk slotted onto any of your tools, and as always, you should be upgrading your tools, and this is a solid perk to have if you can get it onto your tools. Some of the enemies you find throughout the world will also drop Azoth that you can get, especially in expeditions. They will drop a decent amount here. You'll often go into expeditions and come out and realize you've gained a few Azoth without even realizing. Probably the most consistent way or quickest way you can get Azoth is by the vial of suspended Azoth. Now, you can find these throughout the world in chests. You might just get a random drop from a vial, which will basically, when you consume it, you'll just get about 50 Azoth just straight into your currency. You can also buy these directly off the trading post. They typically, in my server, sell for about 250, so it will depend on your server and how much those costs are. But if you're just short and you really need to fast travel from one town to another, you just jump onto the trading post, spend a few coins, and you should be able to get yourself an Azoth vial that you can then use to travel to somewhere else. None of these methods really allow you to farm Azoth, right? Like, they're just different ways that you can earn it. But there is a way you can farm Azoth pretty rapidly in the game, and that is by the corrupted portals. I don't know if it's common across all servers, but in my server at least, we have these things called corrupted trains, where it's literally just like a ton of people and they continually farm the corrupted portals. Each small portal gives you about 20 Azoth, more or less. The large ones give you about 40, and it is dependent on, if you've got gear that gives you extra Azoth or something like that, it can affect it a little bit as well. The good thing here is that these are extremely easy with a ton of people, especially if you've got a lot of people like on my server where they're just like farming these regularly. The benefit here as well, and not only just getting Azoth by going to do these when they're all closely tucked together and you can just get 10 or so just knocked off really quickly, is you also get tons of the breach caches for loot, so you get weapons and armor directly from these, and gold per one that you clear. Territory standing as well, it's a great way to farm territory standing. It's also a pretty decent XP farm from what I have found. If you are constantly just running between them, you get about 600, 700 XP per portal that you do destroy. If you're thinking about doing this corrupted portal method, you will at least need to be level 20 and have the Azoth star, so you can do those basic ones that start about level 25 is the first ones, then it's 35, 45, and so on from there. As the corrupted portals get harder in difficulty, you can definitely go to the harder ones when you are lower level if you are with a large group and just like get the XP for the completion. Nothing wrong with that, but it's just to keep in mind that if they do hit you, they're probably going to do a lot of damage. Now that you've got all this juicy Azoth, the best thing you should do is to save it and not waste it away. The primary way you will use Azoth is by the fast traveling method and clicking on fast travel and traveling to various locations. Now, when you do look at the fast travel and it has a cost there, that cost is affected by a number of things, which you can see by hovering over the cost. There is the distance cost, which you can't really change unless you're going to go somewhere closer to it and then fast travel there, but you may as well not worry about that unless you've got like an inn that you can freely fast travel that's halfway between the distance and then use your Azoth for the rest of it. The encumbrance cost is a really easy one that you can fix just by either salvaging any items that you don't need in your inventory or putting them in a storage shed that you are at within that town. You can drop them in there and that'll lower that encumbrance cost by a significant amount and just save you free Azoth. So I've been dumping anything I don't need into these storage sheds that I can just leave there for later, and then I can just save as much Azoth as possible. And you've also got faction or company discount. So if your faction, say for example, I'm Syndicate, so if my faction owns that territory, I get a discount to fast traveling to that location. And then if my company owned it directly, I would get even more more of a discount as well. There are other ways that you can fast travel as well. Like, you can use your inn to transfer to that location for free. It does have a 60-second cooldown. If you do own a house, you can also travel to locations for free via the house travel as well. You can also just die. And if you are out on the world and you just want to die, you can fast travel to the closest settlement to you, but that doesn't really help if you're trying to get to a specific location. It's just another method of being able to travel around the world that you can do rather than having to use your Azoth. And when you were talking about crafting as well, you can guarantee specific crafting mods without having to use the Azoth by using it in the perks section, and you can save yourself a little bit of Azoth cost there. But overall, if you are looking to maximize your perks on the gear, you will have to flip a little bit of Azoth just to maximize that as well. And that is pretty much everything you need to know about Azoth. I've been struggling with ways to earn it, and this is why this video now exists for you guys, so that I can hopefully help you guys earn some Azoth and also some XP if you're doing the corrupted portals method. Check out my combat video, which goes through a ton of combat tips for the game. Definitely help you with the corrupted portals. And please follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and on Twitch. Thank you to our members for supporting this channel. Thanks for watching. My name is NorZZa, and I hope you have a great day.